Hi, Jason Knott with CE Pro, and today we are talking about wellness with Bonnie Littman, President of USAI Lighting. Hi, Bonnie.
Jason, great to be here. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. USAI has a very close business relationship with Savant. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We have a great partnership with Savant. We've been working together for several years to provide best-in-class lighting and controls experiences for our residential customers. We're great at creating lighting products that are beautiful, high-performing, top quality, and versatile, while Savant has created this incredibly beautiful and intuitive user interface for controls. So, together we offer the ultimate personalized experience. What we've done is we've engineered our products together to work together and to work in harmony. So the ultimate end user experience is smooth and seamless and perfectly integrated. That's what this has been all about.
Let's get to the topic at hand, which is wellness, human-centric lighting, circadian rhythm lighting. Can you educate us a little bit on exactly how does lighting impact a person's well-being?
Well, this is going to be a statistic that you may or may not find shocking, but we spend more than 90% of our time indoors. So it's a lot of time.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now. So what that means is it's really, really important that the artificial light that we live with gets us awake and energized in the morning, helps us meet our goals throughout the day, and supports our rest and sleep cycles in the evenings. That's how we optimize our health and well-being. Light has everything to do with the circadian system, and it is really the most important signal to our internal body clock that it receives of everything that's around us. So the choices that we make for interior lighting can either work to support or sabotage those rhythms. So in order to achieve circadian entrainment, which is what it means to have your circadian system in balance, science tells us that interior spaces are to have high light levels during daylight hours with cooler and bluer color temperatures, which, believe it or not, and you might see it in my environment now, really look right during the day because it blends with daylight and makes spaces feel crisp and well lit. And then the circadian, goal of blue, cooler light is to suppress our melatonin, which is the sleep hormone that we want to have at higher levels in the evening. So later in the day, when the sun is setting, what we're supposed to do is transition to warmer, more dim light so that we begin to get our body ready for rest and sleep. And at that point, that also allows our melatonin levels to rise and let us go to sleep. And that's a simple explanation of how all that works. So, how do you achieve with USAI and Savant these goals? We have two product families. One is called Color Select, and it's a tunable white light product that ranges from 2200 Kelvin, which is candlelight, up to 6000 Kelvin, which is daylight color. And we have another one called Infinite Color Plus, which has tunable sources, but also has beautiful saturated and pastel colors in addition. Both of those are available and integrated perfectly and beautifully with Savant. And it's game-changing daylight mode, which I know we're going to talk about next. And these are perfect products to use for complete control of both your color and your atmosphere from morning to night.
You mentioned daylight mode, and I know you have that background expertise from the Lighting Research Center. Tell us a little bit about what specifically is that Savant daylight mode.
So the daylight mode actually is incredible, and the work they have done to deliver this is incredible. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's based on the latest and most current lighting research from leading research institutions. So it is cutting edge application of current lighting research. It's got an incredibly easy setup and user interface. And all it takes is understanding a client's typical day and preferences. Daylight mode automatically tunes the light, color, and intensity levels from cool to warm as that day goes, essentially following the sun, which is what this is all about. But what it also does is it allows the user to have apply preferences, because someone may want to break into a circadian cycle and maybe go to something that is right for cooking or a romantic candlelight dinner. Yeah, so they may want to break from it and then come back to it, and it will come right back to where it's supposed to be at that time. But daylight mode can be user defined, which is also a really nice feature.
So it sounds like it's easy enough for the integrator to apply, and without having to be, you know, an expert down to the Kelvin level on the blue dot LED. Yeah,
it's already pre-programmed with what science is suggesting. But if a client does not like that or wants to tweak it, or maybe feels like they, you know, do prefer warmer light in the morning to the cooler blue light, which is really ideal for energizing and starting your day, it can be tweaked. You may want to drink your coffee in warmer light and then start your circadian day. So it's very personal and very changeable, but it is based on the latest in light and the best of lighting science research.
Now it sounds like it's vital that this human-centric lighting can be both the control and the fixture. You can't do one without the other, correct?
No, you can't. You can't. There is so much that happens behind the scenes in order to provide clients with the powerful Savant and USAI experience that we've created together. You know, meaning the user is exposed to the right light at the right time, all the time. And, you know, whether the goal is circadian health and well-being, or just to make people and their objects look the best they can look in their space, or if it's about a romantic candlelit dinner, or if it's for family game night, you need a sophisticated yet simple solution that lets all of this happen easily and simply. And that's what USAI has done with Savant.
Let's talk a little bit about where the rubber meets the road out in the field with the integrator talking to the client. How do they demo and talk to the client or demonstrate to them how impactful wellness lighting can be?
That is a great question, and Savant has done a great job with this. So the ideal scenario for an integrator to demonstrate the power of circadian light would be in a small area of their showroom. That's ideal. And I know Savant offers a few different ways to achieve this, which are extremely impactful. Even a few USAI fixtures installed, 2 or 3, with the powerful Savant app completely tells the story, because what they've done is you can cycle through the 24-hour circadian day in 1 minute and understand very quickly what this is all about. But when installing fixtures isn't an option, Savant has also created a small tabletop demonstration that shows a powerful side-by-side comparison of both warm light and cool light. And it is amazing to watch the way the fabrics and stone and metal change dramatically in color as color temperature goes from cool to warm. You might have heard me say a couple times here now, I talk about the right light at the right time. That's what this is about, because you really, you know, want to deliver the right color temperature at the right time of day, because what you really need to do is balance what's going on outside. I'm sure you've noticed that what looks great to you in the middle of the day might look harsh to you at sunset. So, you know, a light that looks perfect now could appear very cold and harsh later on today. So for us and Savant, you know, we have a firm belief that light should be dynamic all the time. Why? Because we're dynamic. Our lives are constantly changing. Our needs are constantly changing. Our goals and preferences are constantly changing. It's a really powerful story, and we love telling it.
So picking up on what you said, that right light at the right time, many integrators are not skilled in terms of lighting design. You know, and there's so many permutations of just types of fixtures, wall washes to sconces to pendants, locating the light properly in the home. How can USAI and Savant help integrators with the lighting design skills?
That's a great question, and they don't need to be lighting experts at all to be successful selling light fixtures. We in Savant are here to support integrators to make sure they have a smooth, positive experience applying fixtures to their projects. We have a great deal of product information that's available and a really broad product offering regardless of budget, application, or fixture type required. Savant also, you may have seen it, has a very powerful fixture selection tool that they've worked really hard at on their website. And it helps make the process of finding the right light fixture for the application really easy. And then we have an applications department that can help integrators with calculations to make sure that a light fixture is performing the way it needs to light a space properly, should they need that help. But I truly believe that for larger or more complicated projects, we encourage integrators to work with lighting designers who help review fixtures and make sure that the lighting will actually meet the goals that the client has, whether there's an emphasis of art in the space, or health, or entertainment is a goal, or great family living, but typically how we all live today, all of those things are goals. We want to achieve all of those things. So there's lighting designers in every single city that work on beautiful residential projects that we work with at USAI all the time, and we're happy to provide that information should anyone need it.
Bonnie Littman, President of USAI, thanks for joining CE Pro today.
Thanks for your time, Jason.